And no, your eyes do not deceive you. Hello, Facebook. Welcome. I'm doing something way out on a limb different today. So right now I'm broadcasting on Instagram Live and I'm on Facebook Live. And I really think it's kind of cool because today's theme is how to tell the difference with crazy. All right. So it's kind of maybe crazy that I'm doing two formats at once. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. And some of you may think it's crazy that I'm wearing a red nose. And if you had ever told me years ago that, Daphne, you are going to publicly wear a red nose on camera, I would have thought you were crazy. But I'm doing it. And it's part of what falls under the good kind of crazy, which is what we're going to be talking about today. The difference between good crazy and bad crazy. So let me just start with a welcome that I'm Daphne Smith. Hi, Marlis. I think you're here with me. I don't know. Now I'm trying to monitor two screens and Brian is here. Hey, Brian. It's good to see you. So as this goes on, you'll understand what I'm talking about, the difference between good crazy and bad crazy. And the nose is going to come off as soon as I remind you about the big campaign that Walgreens, the Give Back campaign. And this is just a quick reminder to give to charities and support that effort. So the red nose is going away. Whew, plus it's hard to breathe in that thing. Oh, it was kind of weird and uncomfortable. So let's talk about crazy. Crazy is subjective, to be quite honest, and crazy is a part of life. This broadcast was actually inspired by Luke Combs, who has a country song called Beautiful Crazy. And I don't know if you have ever been inspired by music before, but if you have, type music into the comments, because I would love to know if you've been inspired by music as I have, and if you have a special song that has inspired you or regularly inspires you, I would love to hear about that. And I think I'm already figuring out what the challenge is going to be, is trying to look in two places at one time and yet make everybody feel connected. So let me bring this down here a little closer. Maybe that will help. I don't know. Again, it's part of the crazy, right? So today, what I want to do is like I said, I want to talk about what is crazy, right? How do you define crazy? And who are we to say what's crazy and what's not crazy and all those good things? So I'm Daphne Smith, for those of you who've maybe stumbled upon this, and I want to welcome you. I want to thank you for taking your time to be with me today. And I hope that this brings some value to you. So let's talk about the two kinds of crazy that are in our, quite honestly, everyday life. And I dare say we've all experienced both kinds of crazy. First of all, there's the bad kind of crazy, the kind of crazy where basically it's like the definition of insanity, right? You keep doing the same thing, but expecting a different result. You could also define that as bad crazy, or bat something crazy, but I'm not going to say what that something is. You could also consider bad crazy like self-sabotage, right? Those times that we do something to our own detriment. Another way to define bad crazy would be enabling others. That would be the bad kind of crazy making. And I guess for me, the bottom line about bad crazy is bad crazy does not have a positive impact in the long run in my life. Does that make sense? Kind of have a picture, idea of what bad crazy looks like according to your definition. Then there's the good kind of crazy. There's when we talk about something as crazy good, that can be an opportunity that comes into our life. And it's an opportunity that encourages us to excel, to expand, to try new experiences, kind of like me trying to manage Instagram Live and Facebook Live all at the same time. It's something that we learn from and we grow through. So let me give you an example of both kinds of crazy. So bad crazy. Signing up for a marathon, 26.2 miles, never preparing for it, and showing up on race day. That would be the bad kind of crazy. Okay, unless like maybe you're a teenager, and even then you'd be pushing it. That is just not wise. Another kind of bad crazy would be procrastination from a financial standpoint that leads to an impacted financial situation. For example, always paying your bills late. You're going to have fees. That's bad crazy. That's just not wise. It's not going to help you in any way. Does this make sense? Are you tracking with me? Now, there's the good kind of crazy, like I mentioned. Good kind of crazy examples would be committing to a goal. Let's say you want to do a marathon, and then you train for it. You establish the habits, and you make the sacrifices and incorporate the disciplines that you need in order to complete that marathon. That's a good kind of crazy, because I don't know about you, but I know there are people in my life who do marathons, and I kind of think they're a little crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy. There's also a good kind of crazy that would be something in alignment with your principles, with your goals, with your values in life. So let's say a good kind of crazy, I like to have a neat home, all right? My husband and I are empty nesters, and it makes total sense that we ought to be able to have an orderly household. Now, when I had 2 little kids at home, maybe not good sense to expect it to look then like it does today. But my goals are different today than they were when I had kids at home. Does that make sense? Is that a good example? What I really wanted to do today was to give you a reality check. That more often than not, we have control of the kind of crazy that we are a part of and that we expose ourselves to. So for example, love you, Instagram. Appreciate you for hopping on, Brian. But I got to tell you, this is a little crazy. I'm not going to do this again. I learned from it. I'm not going to try to manage 2 live platforms at the same time. Just not going to do it. If I keep doing it, the good crazy, the adventure of trying something new, becomes the bad kind of crazy. So we always have a choice. What kind of crazy are you going to allow and accept into your life? I want you to know that with awareness, you now have an option, and you can choose wisely. Choose the kind of crazy you're going to have. In fact, if from watching today, you have decided that you are going to choose more wisely, type wisely into the comments, because that means you've now taken control. You've now taken ownership. You are now taking responsibility for the kind of crazy you allow in your life. And when we allow it, when we have ownership, accountability, and responsibility, that sets us up to be victors, regardless of what's going on in our life. So before I hop off, I always like to give a shout out to people in my life who contribute to the good kind of crazy. And I want to give a shout out to the Fire Ring. My fellow Fire Ring members are a group. Great, Brian. Glad you're going to be more wise. My fellow Fire Ring members are people who are truly helping me burn off the excess in my life, the waste. They're helping refine me through trials and through fire, and to help me grow. They're encouraging me. I hope that I'm doing the same for them. And this is definitely one of those situations where if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to change rooms. I'm definitely not the smartest person in the room when it comes to the Fire Ring. So I appreciate all the ways that they are pouring into my life on a daily basis. So thank you, Fire Ring. I appreciate you. And thank you for hopping on and engaging and watching this video and maybe sharing it with somebody. You know, there may be somebody in your life who's got a lot of bad crazy going on, share this video with them. They won't know you're talking about them, but they may become more wise because they've become more aware. Also, I'm super excited. I've been mentioning off and on a special, music, Oceans by Hillsong. Brian, love that song. Yes, very inspirational. If you wonder what I'm talking about, refer to the beginning of this video. Would love to find out if music has inspired you. I've been talking off and on about a big announcement, something I'm getting ready to release, and it's finally going to be released in the next 2 weeks. And if you want an opportunity to participate in this free resource, make sure that you have subscribed to my weekly newsletter. That's where it's going to go out first. Simply go to daphnevsmith.com. There'll be an opportunity to opt in, and you're going to learn about it, and you're going to get an opportunity to discover your WQ. What is your wave quotient? More will be coming in the next couple weeks, but I wanted to let you know about it today. And again, thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can live a well-done life daily, even when and with the crazy. Choose wisely. It can all be good. Bye for now.